you can't BS a BSer, right? Like she would see right through that. Yeah. So no, this was just you have to adapt to survive sometimes. And there was one little passive comment about like, oh, well, what a Valentine's Day? And I was like, oh, okay, I'm in trouble here. Okay, I didn't think I was because I thought we talked about it ahead of time. I know I'm in trouble now. What can I do? We just put the kids to sleep until right before I was like, hey, how about this? How about we put them to sleep? Bust out the body oils. And at this point, you probably thought I was talking about something in the bedrooms and give you a little neck rub, huh? About an hour long watching WandaVision, watch some other television. And hey, lo and behold, here we are, boys. It worked out great. You're
not in the doghouse?
Not in the doghouse. So Todd.
Not in the penthouse either.
Not in the penthouse. But exactly. Survive and advance.
I got you.
It's all about winning the day. And speaking of, Musso, LSU baseball this week. Get hyped. You're a weekend winner now that it's game week. We got our weekend winners coming up at 8 a.m. Todd Jones, rub your wife's feet, okay, man? Like Danny said, even he gets it. It's Valentine's Day, or it was. You got to. We'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
Off the Bench.
Go to Ochsner.org today, Ochsner.org. If you're trying to get healthy once again, any orthopedic needs that you may have, you got like hands, knees, elbow, shoulder, whatever, any joints, any health issues, let Ochsner be your answer to getting healthy once again. And it's not just about like getting back to normal. It's actually about maximizing your health. And that's what they do at Ochsner. And it's not just about surgery, right? They have the latest and most cutting-edge non-surgical techniques. The physical therapy facilities and employees are unreal, okay? I've had a lot of surgeries, done a lot of physical therapy, both on the NFL level, major college level, right? And the Ochsner facilities are right there with anything that I've ever seen. And it's just representative of whether you're in the North Shore, Baton Rouge, or New Orleans. That's what they do. They maximize your potential. Okay, even if you're just looking to get bigger, stronger, faster, you can check out Ochsner Performance Training as well. So what are you waiting for? Get healthy with Ochsner. Go to Ochsner.org, Ochsner.org.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Monday, February 15th. Today in Baton Rouge, freezing rain with a high of 30. If you missed hour one of the show, catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Coming up in hour two, we give you our weekend winners next. SEC Network baseball analyst Ben McDonald stops by at 8:30, and Fox Sports radio host Aaron Torres joins the show at 9:30. Follow the show today on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. You can watch live at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel and interact inside the Bayou 4 chat. Hour number 2 of OTB starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome in OTB, hour number 2. T-Bob, Jacob, Hester, Musso, and Danny hanging out with you. So we have a generator here in the building. Government Street's been out of power all morning.
Yes.
Which that was really creepy to roll up on, you know.
Downtown Baton Rouge kind of already creepy and eerie.
Well, you never, it's just being in any, driving around any city at like 4, 5 a.m. is always a weird feeling to begin with, kind of what you're alluding to, right? And then when you take away street lights and you realize what actual darkness is like, it kind of throws you for a loop.
And it's overcast too. So.
Yeah, you just get very used to seeing the street lights and everything, and you forget what it's like to actually be out there in the middle of nowhere with no lights whatsoever.
Have I told y'all my story about Hurricane Katrina and driving back to Baton Rouge?
Okay,
no.
So this, like, no drive will ever beat this one. Okay, so we all went back home, and I know the afternoon listeners have heard this one before, but. And Les calls us, and he's like, hey, you got to get back to campus. There's a hurricane coming. We don't want everybody spread out everywhere. You got to get back. And it was like that last break before you start the season, right? And it was like a weekend home. So from Shreveport all the way to Baton Rouge, it was bumper to bumper on the other side of the interstate.
And you're going into it.
And I was the only idiot that was driving south on I-49. I got stopped like 7 or 8 times by policemen saying, you dummy. What are you doing? But the funny part about it was, I was like, oh, I play LSU football. Coach said we had to be back. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
And naturally.
They were like, see ya.
Dude, and take a lap. And so I was like, y'all fine with this.
Have a great
So
day.
imagine that, like bumper to bumper from Shreveport to Baton Rouge trying to get north from Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
And I was the only car that was not a police or fire.
No, you're like the main character.
Like
you're a main character in a disaster movie.
Yeah.
At that point, I mean, you're driving into the madness and out of it. I've also heard tell that maybe Coach Miles didn't fully appreciate the gravity of the situation, just given that he'd never gone through hurricanes and everything, and that whatever the Katrina stories from that first year. Like, okay, so you can give insight to this. Tommy Moffitt's always talked about this. That was. So Tommy Moffitt is not a plane sleeper, ever, right?
Right.
And then he mentions that when y'all took off for the SEC championship, that he passed out before the plane took off and did not wake up till the wheels hit the ground in Atlanta, and basically said that was probably the best team maybe LSU's ever had, or maybe in his tenure.
2005.
Yes,
Yeah.
but was just absolutely exhausted
Yeah,
from everything. No bye week.
13 straight weeks. That was a very talented team. You're talking about Andrew Whitworth and Kyle Williams, and those guys were the seniors and the leaders on the team, and we beat the hell out of Miami at the end. We got a little bit of a break after the SEC championship game, right? We got a couple of weeks off, and Les didn't he liked to practice, but he gave us a couple of weeks off.
Wow, I'm shocked.
We had like 6 straight days off, and to us that was a couple of weeks. Yes, and we came out and we beat the hell out of
Well,
them.
literally.
Twice.
On and off the field.
Yes.
I mean, there was a very famous
Until the lady
tunnel
cop
fight.
hit the taser, and we were like, oh, no, we're done. We are done.
You
Dude,
hear
you know
that clack, and you're like, okay, buddy, chill.
It was like the cattle prod one, too. It was the big one. It wasn't like the little bitty one. It was like,
Yeah, like the one that Scott Hall tased Goldberg with when he had Nash up in the jackhammer at Starcade
yeah.
and ruined Goldberg's perfect record. Unbelievable. All
Goldberg,
right.
such an overrated wrestler.
Wow. Tell that to Bill Goldberg. You're next. You're about to get speared right through this television.
You would like a falcon.
We're gonna break a second TV in 2 weeks. Look, I mean, hey, I told y'all this the other day. One of the coolest wrestling memory I ever have. I went to the Monday Night Nitro after that Starcade where NWO formed. I think it was maybe when the Wolfpack formed, that was the regular NWO, and it was when Hulk Hogan took the belt from Nash, whatever. But the TV broadcast ended. Yeah. With Goldberg chained up with NWO spray paint on his chest. So what you didn't see, what we got to see in the stadium, is that after the broadcast ended, like Jesse Tuggle and a bunch of other Falcons came out there, and they all speared the NWO, every single one of them.
Was Keith Brooking there? I feel like he needed to be.
Keith Brooking.
He was a teammate of mine.
Jesse
he looked like a
Tuggle,
wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's finest. Yeah. Dan Graziano, I think randomly like backup quarterback or something. Point is, though, that was pretty awesome. Okay, and there were Falcons, and it was cool. For whatever that's worth. Let's get into a little
T-Bob Abear.
Weekend winners. I did grow up a huge Falcons fan. This is true.
That's how winning is done.
You don't
have
actually
anyone
care.
freak out there, okay? Gotta keep our composure. Got too far.
I'm wearing a Chargers.
And by winning,
Yeah.
I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
My first weekend winner. What's up?
You've
never heard the
I'm
Emma Jean
always
for that
on
before.
radio.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing that. We got Jake Taylor there?
Yep. Shout out. That was.
Is that you, Tolbert?
The excellent River Chewy who put that together back in the day. Great job by Ribs
Shout
there.
out, Ribs. That's a nice job.
Weekend winners. Okay, I'm going to start here. I know I'm a bit late to the party. My first weekend winner, though, is Chris Crocker. You probably know him better as the Leave Britney Alone guy. Remember this? Early internet.
Yeah,
He's crying, leave Britney alone. And everybody clowned him the same way we all clowned Britney Spears. Well, I watched the Free Britney documentary yesterday, and I feel horrible for Britney Spears.
I watched it as well.
Dude, what in the world was in the
Hulu.
water? What in the world was in the water 15 years ago? It is so wild how we used to, we still do, I guess, I don't know what we're doing today that maybe we'll feel differently about in 12 years, but it is brutal what she had to go through. So I am firmly Team Britney, and I'm also firmly Leave Britney Alone, and I get where Chris Crocker was coming from. He was very ahead of the curve. We all owe him an apology. Weekend winner. What'd you think about the doc?
Can you imagine trying to go somewhere and having the paparazzi and that many, when she sat down at the restaurant trying to eat, and they were just hovering over the table.
Well, and then it's just it's the ultimate so somebody gets to just show up at your place of work and basically poke you until you react, and then when you react,
everybody's
you get the crap.
How could you do that?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, you get that close to me?
It's I remember it's like the driving with the kid in the driver's seat thing, and she's like, "What are you talking about? I'm being hounded. I don't want to put my kid in the car seat with all these crazy. I had to get away. It's just free Britney, okay? Yeah. And I'm sorry, Chris Crocker. We all made fun of you, and Britney, I'm sorry how we treated you. It's
Kentwood's
crazy.
finest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a Louisiana native, dude. So shout out, Brittany. We're on your squad.
Oh, yeah, yours was really good there. I'm going to go the sports route. I'm going to go the jock route. Javonte Smart is my weekend winner because, and rightfully so, we talk about Cam Thomas, him being able to score. We talk about Darius Days being the glue to the team because I do feel like he's the most important player to the team because he makes up for some of the things they don't do well when he's not there. But Javonte has had a fantastic year.
Yeah.
I think Javonte has been more consistent this year than he's ever been before. He's averaging 16 points a game, 4 assists a game, but he is making the hustle plays. He's making the crucial plays at the right time. Javonte Smart, to me, is a weekend winner, and so far this year he's been a winner.
Also been hyper efficient, right? Getting those numbers without because that's been the big Cam Thomas thing, right? Is puts up numbers, but at times has been a little too much of a volume guy.
Yeah.
Smart is just being very discerning in his opportunities. He's getting others involved. It's been a huge year for him. I agree. Musso, what you got, man?
Well, real quick, more on Javonte Smart there, real quick. And he's just also elevated his play to a completely another level against Tennessee in his 3 years at LSU.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually.
2 years ago, that was his best game before maybe this
The last ranked win.
29 points in a freshman year. I think he had 20 last year, and he had 20 again on Saturday. So never scoring below 20 against a very good program. Yes, absolute weekend
Barnes.
Weekend winner for me. I watched a little softball this weekend, and it seemed like every time I turned on Beth Trina squad, Amanda Doyle was hitting a home run. 3 games played, Amanda Doyle 3 home runs so far on the season. So
it's a good average.
Strong to quite strong.
How many games do they play in a softball season? 30-something, 40-something?
A lot.
Let's just say she's on pace for a 40 home run season.
Right.
There you go.
So,
pretty good.
Shout out to Amanda Doyle.
Do you think anybody will hit 3 home runs over the weekend this weekend, Moose?
Like one player?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, obviously. But if you had to choose one, who's the power coming from?
Cade Bloso.
Okay, there you go.
Only 1 home run last year.
And it was in Game 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After hitting double digits.
Coach Maneri talked about it, though.
He
was heating up. That was right before it got canceled. He finally got that first one, I think,
He's a pretty good football player, by the way. I covered a state championship game at John Curtis.
He's no Nick Storrs.
He'd come downhill and hit you, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick Storrs is going to play next year? Yeah. We'll see.
You better. He gave up baseball.
Danny, you got a weekend winner?
I'm going Johnny Manziel.
Oh, I saw
that. Made his debut in the Fan Control Football League.
Yeah.
And showed out on not a big stage, but still, he's back. Manziel's back.
Wait, is that like arena football, basically?
I know, I'm joking.
He is technically back on a football field. Yes.
He's making his way back slowly.
Danny, I'm glad you did bring this up because I did notice it. He ran 40 yards, as you're seeing here, and he looked like he needed a cowboy killer and a water after it because he was huffing and puffing. He's like, where's that cigarette?
I mean, I'm about to say, if there's ever a time to start smoking Joes on the sideline again, though, it's probably this Fan Control League. Like, if you just want to go full old school and bring back the old NFL, what?
It's a pretty cool
like
concept.
Lynn Dawson.
So so this is what. Let's get into the Fan Control League. What is the concept?
Fans call the plays for the teams through Twitch.
What?
Yeah, it's like
what?
You just sign up on Twitch and I don't really know that's the basics of it.
Okay,
fans call it.
I'm intrigued. My problem with any of this football stuff, and I don't think the XFL is like this. The XFL had surprisingly good quality. But a lot of times, like, oh, that sounds cool. And then you watch it, you're like, oh, this is horrible football. Like, this is like a step above high school, but not as good as major college. And college football, I love, but even it, compared to the NFL game, is just so sloppy. So, we'll see. It's kind of cool. Hava Marzawani says, weekend winner, he completed 1 of 5 passes for 6 yards.
Yeah.
But he had that sick run. And
it's the play calling. It's not Johnny. It's the play calling.
At the end of it, though, he wasn't even the quarterback in the game on the last play. It was somebody else. So he's not even like the full-time starter in the fan-controlled league.
Yeah, do you get to, I wonder if you get to choose who plays.
Get Money Manziel out.
Basically, IRL Madden people say, okay, my next weekend winner, I'm going to wait on this one. Go ahead and get that Twitter link on Muscleman. I pulled it, but not right now. My next weekend winner, Poxitani Phil. I mean, everybody wants to talk trash about the groundhog. Musso, oh, he can't tell the future. He can't tell the weather. He's just a groundhog. Well, he said 6 more weeks of winter, and we are now in the grips of an icy death storm, Musso. So who was right, you or the groundhog? You or the rodent? By extension, who is smarter?
I'm still going to say me.
You or the rodent?
Because a rodent has no concept of weather and meteorology.
Okay, well, the ice and snow outside and the fact that we just lost power would beg to differ.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Do you know him? Do you talk to him on the phone?
Yeah.
Do you call him by name?
He can't talk on the phone. He's a groundhog.
Okay. Well, exactly. You see, you're close to human perspective.
He actually cannot speak English. And I think we all know that to be fact.
Okay, well, he can't speak English, but he speaks weather because he was absolutely right. Who's your next weekend winner?
I'm going to go LSU track and field. LSU track is ranked top 3 in the country, and they had a big weekend. Terrence Laird ran the world leader this year in the 200 meters.
Oh, world leader.
The world leader in the 200 meters so far this year, blazing time. They also had someone set the school record with a sub 4-minute mile, which is just insane.
4 minutes. Okay, so by the way, boys, I watched a little track and field this weekend. Have you all been seeing this around? So the Olympics are happening this summer in 2021. We all kind of forgot, right? Pandemic, Olympics didn't happen. So qualifying was going on. Ton of U.S. records being set. I watched some girl set the U.S. record in the 2 miles. She ran like a 9:15 or something, which ridiculous. I cannot fathom. But I was getting into it, man.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel a little Olympic sports
You've got
here.
someone at LSU that is the world leader, now the new number one in the NCAA 200 this year, and
that's insane.
Second all time for LSU track and field.
Yeah.
Like, think of all the people that have ran the 200 at LSU.
Yeah, an incredible, storied program. Okay, I have more winners. Anybody else?
Yeah, I got one more real quick. I'll go out onto the PGA Tour and give a tip of the cap to Daniel Berger. Walk-off 30-foot eagle putt yesterday on 18 to win the AT&T National Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
Okay.
He only needed birdie to win, but decided we'll make the eagle instead. Walk-off winner there, 30-foot, nasty, nasty putt.
Again, shout out to Michael McDowell, the guy who won the Daytona 500, had over 350 career starts without a win, gets that win yesterday. That's incredible. And it was on the last lap, kind of biding his time. Danny, you got another winner?
Director Zack Snyder made. Everybody saw his new trailer for the new Justice League. It looks pretty sick, and everybody.
Does it look sick though, Danny?
I think it looks cool.
I'm a huge nerd. I love Justice League.
You didn't see the new trailer?
Yes, I saw the new trailer. It
cool.
looks like the most Zack Snyder thing I've ever. And I like Zack Snyder.
Sounds like it.
Okay, I like Sucker Punch, and I know of almost no. I watched that movie like 7 times in a row when I first saw it. I loved it, but
Forgot about it.
I'm sorry, man. His Justice League movies are so heavy and so dark. And this is like you just cranked up that heaviness and darkness even more. Look, and you know what? Whatever. It is rated R. So I hope they just it looks like they may be leaning fully into that. And that could be kind of cool. If you have like Superman and Batman going extreme. He's already had them kill in both movies. You know, the Joker's going to do some messed up things. What do you think about Joker's new look?
He looks better for sure.
You know who doesn't look better? Whoever the hell the bad guy is. Steppenwolf.
Oh, Steppenwolf?
Yeah, he looks like, and like I said, I'm a DC Comics fan. I think
he looks better.
I think he looks like a hammerhead shark. I don't know. I am fascinated to see that movie out of curiosity, and it's so weird they're putting millions back into it, doing reshoots. I do not hold out any hope that it's actually going to be a good movie. But shout out to Warner. They're getting people talking about that movie again. My next weekend winner, play the video, Danny. Do you see Eric Musselman after the big Arkansas win? Showing off the bod. Look at him, dude. Yes.
Noted San Diego Charger fan, Eric Musselman.
Really?
Yeah.
Hire Eric Musselman, guys, losing his mind right now.
Hire Eric Musselman has never, that guy in the chat has never been more happy or turned on than he is right now. Big win over Mizzou when he went shirtless this weekend. But this is why I bring this up. Arkansas's now won 6 of 7. We already know LSU got 2 big wins last week. That Arkansas win continuing to gain steam, continuing to help them out, continuing to look better. So Musselman's a winner, but by extension, Will Wade and the Tigers are winners as well. Will Wade, American Gangster, I have him on here, obviously a big winner. And then finally, people who think that I'm an idiot because I can't argue with them anymore because I keep backing this Pelicans team and I keep telling you how they're setting themselves up for sustainable success, and I think they really can be a playoff team. And then they lose 3 in a row, including to the worst team in the East. So they now have the distinction of getting beaten by nearly double digits by both the worst team in the West and the East when both teams were shorthanded. The Pelicans are sad, but I'll come back. Let them win 3 games in a row and watch me. I'll be right back on board. All right, there is your weekend winners. Coming up next, it is President's Day. We'll get into some basketball as well. Favorite presidents, though, boys, are going around the room. Get your presidential takes ready here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. That's All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Go there today for all of your car needs. If you're looking to buy a new car, maybe you're looking to lease, maybe you just need a rent for the weekend. They have everything, man. And maybe it's not new. Maybe you want a Toyota certified used vehicle. The advantage there is that obviously being a used vehicle, you're going to get it at a great price, but you get things that you only get with, a new car normally. Like you're going to get warranty coverage and stuff like that with that Toyota certified used vehicle. So really the selection is one of the greatest strengths over that All-Star Toyota, but the greatest strength is the people, okay? The people that inhabit All-Star Toyota, the people like my guy Richard Jones who helped me find not 1 but 2 cars that fit my exact family needs. Be it the minivan, which I love, the 2020 Sienna, check out the 2021s, the 2020 Camry, again, check out the 2021s. All-Star Toyota has the answer for you. I guarantee it. Go to allstartoyota@batonrouge.com today.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It started in a tiny showroom with checkered floors and just a few cars, which is very different than now, but the Richards Honda philosophy has not changed. Be kind, be completely transparent with our pricing, and above all else, give customers fanatical care. You know, Richards Honda being around for 50 years is so important to everyone around here, and we're all super proud to be a part of that history.
Come celebrate the 50-year anniversary of Richards Honda, I-12 at Millerville Road and richardshonda.com.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At front to back, they got not one, but two NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to front to back boat service.
Tune into a Friday edition of Game Time, live from Ruffino's on Highland Road. We get you ready for all the action on deck this weekend, and Barstool Ben Mintz joins the show from New York. Jimmy Ott's Game Time, 10 a.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back. T-Bob, Jacob, Musso, and Danny hanging out with you here. The new Off the Bench. If you're watching us on YouTube, hopefully we will not lose the stream again. Go ahead and share it,
Thank
etc.
God for generators.
Yeah. Even though...
How about when our engineer, Bo Wegman, comes in here, like the look on his face kind of is not been a good one so far. It's like, oh, let's go. Everybody good?
Well, see, so I was kind of getting the feeling that Bo kind of thrives on this a little bit, right? Like
I would.
Like when it hits the fan, that it's kind of like, this is what I've been preparing for, right? It's like a fireman to a fire or something like that. Like disaster for everyone else, but I feel like Bo's kind of getting off on it a little bit because he came in here and he's like, everything's frozen, boys.
He did.
Everything. I was like, what? I mean, what? What's that mean? I don't know, dude.
It's not a good thing. It's not something to celebrate.
Musso's like,
he did kind of go, everything's frozen.
It feels
what's
like
everything?
13 degrees outside right now.
Musso's like, well, at what point do we just call it back up? He's like, what? Hell no. This is it. Like, this is what we thrive for. This is what we do, dude. So shout out to Bo Wegman and the rest of the tech team. Shout out to Cade Wazan, slept here last night. Cade wears many hats, knew he was going to have to run Brian's show with him. Cade just deals with everything, so shout out to C. Vizzle.
We have a lot of relief pitchers here that are specialists.
Yes.
Like Musso is one of them. Like when things break down, call Musso, he'll come in. Obviously, Cade's one of those guys.
And Musso can do
guys.
like a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, but then he can also hop on the mic and host an entire 3-hour AFR. So a man of many talents there. Except he won't go to the baseball game with us Friday. So
actually, there was news on that front, but now that you said that, I might just.
Oh wow! Are you good to go? Are you all you join us in the suite? Danny, can we get some
you were gonna
commitment
sit there and
from
take
you?
a shot, so.
Can we get some commitment from you, Danny? Or are you still going to Rusty Iron or something?
Oh, my bad, Danny.
You combine 2 different New Orleans bars there?
I'm not sure yet.
Wow. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Okay. It is President's Day on top of being snowy. And by the way, we are stuck in this weird little like spaceship of a room here. We have no porthole to the outside world. Is it snowing? I'd love for chat to let us know. But it is also President's Day today, and I want to talk a little bit about presidents, not in an extended time, but I just kind of want to go around the room.
All right.
Musso's a history major, a history minor, a man after my own heart.
You have 3 minors like T-Bob?
I have 1 minor.
Well, not to brag, not everybody can have 3 minors, only us generals. General. But so Musso has a little bit of perspective here. I'm kind of like a history nerd a little bit. So who wants to start? I can start. I mean, I know who my favorite president is. It's kind of not even particularly close.
Go for it then.
Go for it, big boy.
Okay. Just wanted. Okay. It's FDR, dude. I mean, and I mean, it's I cannot recommend enough the book FDR. It is fantastic. I wish you could remember who written it. Should have looked it up. But I want everybody to sit here and really think about FDR. I think that's Theodore. There, I think that's Teddy, who is every kid's favorite president for a lot of reasons because he just lives like this crazy adventurous lifestyle and everything. Yes, absolutely. But FDR is the real man. First off, how about this? And look, from what I've read, I don't know if it was actually polio or now they think it was maybe something different. But imagine this: you're a 30-year-old man, you got kids, you have a very charmed life, blah blah blah. You're very athletic, you're in shape. You're not feeling too good one day. And so you try to do your thing, you go swim, blah, blah, blah. Then the next day you wake up, you can't move your legs. Then you can't move your arms. Then you can't move your whole body. Out of nowhere. After 30 years old, I always thought he grew up in a wheelchair. That is not the case, right? Imagine being after 30, you get hit with that, okay? And then from that moment where you are bedridden, your political aspirations are in shambles, your career is in shambles, your life is in jeopardy, you go on to become the ruler of the free world, a 4-term president who literally navigated America into being the world's foremost superpower, a man who from a wheelchair dominated rooms featuring Stalin and Churchill as they literally divvied up the future of Earth. You took over during the Great Depression and you left with America on top. And look, anytime you're talking about these men, these great men, these presidents, it's never going to be all positive. So whatever. Everybody's going to have criticisms on any president, right? That's natural. That makes so much sense. But when I think about FDR, what I think about is just that it's the way that he was able to dominate any room he was in. And what's fascinating, I love biographies. Even after reading that FDR book, I don't know that I have great insight into how his brain actually worked. The man remained an enigma. He never wrote down diaries or anything, but his ability to cut to the heart of the issue, and he was ruthless, but his ability to cut to the heart of the issue was fantastic. And maybe my favorite FDR story is how he got Stalin on his side, which was basically at dinner, he just started ribbing the piss out of Churchill. Was just making fun of Churchill for how British he was, chomping at his cigars and his red cheeks. And this was after a full day of meetings, all this stuff. And that was the first time that Stalin smiled and started to laugh a bit. And then that's how that partnership was kind of formed. Russia and the U.S. then before they became arch enemies and fighting back the Nazis together. So I can't help but just be blown away by FDR getting hit with that over 30. And then what he went on to do from that moment, from a wheelchair, what an inspiration in so many different ways. Shout out to FDR on this President's Day.
All right, that was really well thought out, and you went into full detail.
Yeah.
I mean,
I apologize.
No, it's good. I mean, great president. I mean, you mentioned Teddy Roosevelt as well. I mean, we've all seen the scenes of him on the horse and the whole deal. Like, that's fantastic.
The Rough Riders.
Like, I was just going to bring this to be a redneck thing for me because I got a chance to meet George Bush, and Danny, I don't know if you can find that while we're talking about it, but when we won in 2007, so I'm not even going to go favorite president, or I'm just going to talk about my experience meeting a president.
Yes.
It's the only one that I've met in my lifetime. And we had the chance to meet him in 2007 when we won the Natty, and they were fantastic. We got to go to the White House, the Pentagon, the whole deal. Did you made the trip, right?
Yeah, for sure. I remember getting a lot of crap because I was a snotty little 18, 19-year-old, and I think I was chewing gum when we were up there.
They told you not to chew gum.
Well, and
they
people
us.
were texting me or something because I guess they saw me on the tube just munching away.
It's fine. Well, a couple things I remember. The first thing I remember was they gave us a curfew. Well, if you'll remember, I didn't play for LSU anymore. I was done. Right? And so they gave us a curfew, and they just opened Nationals Park, and Flynn and I are at the game. Marucci,
look at those sideburns.
Yeah, those are so sweet.
Oh my God.
Those are fire.
Hey, that's crazy. I mean, you are right there with the president. I remember we all got to shake his hand, which was already kind of mind blowing to begin with. But look at that, right next to him.
So Flynn and I are having a couple cold pops, and they're like, "Do we got curfew?" And we looked at each other at the same time, we don't have curfew. We don't play for LSU anymore. So had a couple cold pops in the Nationals game. But that next morning, you see that suit. Got it straight from Target. Met the president in a Target suit.
Wow.
That's neither
They sell
here
suits
nor there.
They sell
did at the
suits
time.
at Target?
No, they did at the time. That's all I could afford, okay?
I didn't know they sold them.
I meet the president, and I'm sure somebody gave him
What are you buying a $300 suit for?
a quick a quick bio on a couple of the guys, but he looks at me and says, hey, now. He's like, boy, they didn't want to get in front of you, did they, big boy?
Wow. Dude, that's how you know these dudes got to where they are, because they know how to cut to the heart. They can make you feel like even though somebody could have told them that 30
seconds
when he's
walking
before.
up.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, this guy with really good sideburns is going to give you this football, and here's who he is. Say this to him. But hey, they didn't want to get in front of you, did they, big boy?
Wow, that is
so the president
cool,
called me big boy, and I was like, all right,
okay, dude, I'm in.
George W, let's go.
Wait, why am I blanking? Who is the Halliburton guy? War crimes. Kind of the person behind the scenes a lot in the Bush administration. I'll remember here. Musso, you go. Who's your favorite president?
I don't know if I really have a favorite. I just like a bunch of the guys who are polarizing figures for either the right or wrong reasons, honestly. So, I don't know. Anytime I ever talk about presidents, I always have to bring up William Taft because he got stuck in a bathtub, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Got stuck in a bathtub?
He got stuck in a bathtub in the White House, and that's hilarious. Reagan has the biggest victory in presidential history, 49 of 50 states.
That's wild.
Nixon did a lot of crummy things. It was definitely
Nixon did a lot of crazy
polarizing.
things, but then he also had, he had pretty effective, overseas, policies
sure.
and stuff,
Every
right?
president does good things. Every president does bad things.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about politics here or anything. It's just, he's polarizing. William Henry Harrison died 31 days into office. That's always fun.
Because it was the speech, right? He gave the speech was he the one that gave the speech in the freezing rain?
Yeah, he had pneumonia, yeah.
And he gave himself pneumonia because he had a 4-hour or something inaugural speech. Dude, you got to chill, bro.
Clinton was obviously polarizing for reasons that we're all aware of. So, I just, things like that intrigue me about the presidency. I don't really know if I have a favorite, though.
Danny, what about you?
Give me JFK for just because of his outside life for the presidency.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the womanizer chooses JFK, the man who has the most experience with women on the show. Okay, but how about this, though? The for real coolest JFK thing you can ever look up is after the Bay of Pigs disaster, where the U.S. kind of got caught invading Cuba. The U.S. would later discover that Russia was building nuclear launch sites on Cuba, right? Yeah. And so immediately, emergency meeting with the president and all the military leaders and everything else. And to a man, and there is audio of this, the JFK secretly recorded that you can look up online. To a man, the military leaders were telling JFK to nuke Russia and nuke Cuba. And he told them no. Imagine that. You're a young president. You're not a military man. I mean, you've been in the military, but you're not a general, so you're not considered to be one of the foremost experts. And every expert that is supposed to know is telling you to basically start World War III, and he had the cojones to sit there and say no. I mean, that is wild to me. JFK literally kind of saved the world in that moment. So, and think about that. Any president that is president after World War II, Dan Carlin's very fond of pointing this out, and it's pretty fascinating. After World War II, if you are the president of the United States, you are literally the most dangerous man in history. Because nobody has ever had the amount of power at your fingertips that you have. So just wild when you start to hear some of these stories. It was Dick Cheney that I was thinking of. And where I was going with that was my old man.
The vice president of the United States, Dick Cheney?
I know. Chill out.
I didn't know where he
but
was
back,
going.
back, you were talking about how good they are at kind of knowing you, right? Well, back in the day, my old man went to some lunch or dinner or something, and he had Cheney at the table, and Cheney's asked him about like cut off Louisiana and like Lafourche and it's like, I mean, he's like, I know he didn't know, but it sounded like he'd like
makes you feel special.
Yes, exactly, right. That's what those politicians do. But let's focus on the positive. Shout out to all the presidents of President's Day. Okay, when we get back, we'll get into basketball here on OTB 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
Go to Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org. That's centralplumbing.org for all of your plumbing needs. 925-8552. It's 925-8552. Go ahead and save it. Obviously, look, man, pipes are in trouble right now. So if with this inclement weather, if you get any plumbing issues, you want to go to centralplumbing.org. They've been at it for over 40 years, y'all. This is nothing they haven't seen before, okay? In those 4 decades, they've fixed it all. They've seen it all. So no matter what solution you require, they are on people to give it to you. And they got flat rate pricing, licensed, bond insured. You have great warranty coverage after the work is done. So any plumbing problems, I don't want you to think twice, okay? I just want you to pick up the phone, 925-8552, or go to centralplumbing.org, and they fix your problems. You don't lift a finger. Again, that's 925-8552, centralplumbing.org. I use them all the time, centralplumbing.org.
Off the Bench, hanging with Esther and Annie, after further review and more, are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans. That's why we're highlighting the fans that do the most. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out at 1045ESPN.com, the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
Yo, join us for a Monday edition of Hanging with Hester and Haney presented by Richards Honda from noon to 3. We'll recap how the Tigers fared against the Volunteers on the hardwood and also recap LSU gymnastics with their big meet and LSU softball and much more on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Let's dive right in. T-Bob and Jacob hanging out with you today. And right now, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome in the legend, Ben McDonald, at Real Ben McDonald on Twitter. You already know him. You love him. We're here to talk baseball. It is baseball week. But first, Ben, I saw you on Twitter. You're up there in Mississippi at the camp, making sure everything was, buckled down for the freeze. How's it going? How you making it through?
Well, we sound like we're doing pretty good compared to folks. I think in the Baton Rouge area, more of an ice storm. We got some snow up here, so electricity's still rolling. Been keeping the water running, and of course the sinks and the bathtubs and all that kind of stuff, trying to keep the lines from freezing. But all in all, man, all is good right now, but I think the worst weather is going to be today. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I think we're going to be okay.
It looks like Jeter, the Silver Lab, is loving it right now.
Yeah, now Jeter's never seen snow before, like a lot of dogs down south. So he had a ball early this morning, and then we're going to go out and play a little bit more after a while.
Ben, before we get to all this baseball talk, let's talk about hunting season. How did it go for you? Was it good? It was not good for your boy? Just checking in to see how you did this year.
Well, look, man, a bad day in the woods is a good day overall.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
There's only two seasons for me anymore, guys. One's hunting season and one's baseball season, and they kind of roll right into each other, So I enjoyed my time in the woods. It's kind of my getaway time, kind of sit back and relax and turn the phone off a little bit and enjoy the outdoors. But I had a good season. Like a lot of people did in our area. The weather wasn't great. I wish we'd have had some of this weather, a month ago, but it is what it is. But it's over with now, and I'm looking forward to baseball season, and we crank it up Friday night over in Baton Rouge, and LSU is going to kick it off against Air Force to open up 2021 season, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, Ben, when you look at the SEC right now. So LSU's, consensus top 10 team. They may be like 6th or 7th. In the LSU, when you talk to the guys that really know baseball, have you ever seen as much power amassed in one conference as you're seeing right now in the SEC?
No, not even close. You guys know, look, when you have a 5-round draft that we have last year, and typically you have over 40 rounds, but you have a 5-round draft, it sends a lot of kids back to school, and everybody got a year of eligibility back across the board at every level of college baseball. And so really, not only in D1 baseball, but D3, NAIA, junior colleges, we're going to see more talent on the field than I think we've ever seen in college baseball. When you talk about the SEC, look, it's going to be a serious grind, that 30-game schedule, because I'm telling you, there are first-rounders and second-rounders everywhere across the board, especially on the pitching side of things. And, look, there's 5 in the top 10, 6 in the top 12. I think 9 of the 14 SEC schools are ranked preseason right now. So it is going to be a war. It's kind of like football. You can't be kind of good in the SEC to compete. You got to be really good. And we're going to find out, as we get through this season, who's who in college baseball.
Yeah, and one guy who could help LSU be really good, Ben, and obviously no one better to talk about than pitching. Look, being the Friday night guy at LSU is like being the quarterback. Okay, it's the stage. It's the biggest stage, and that's going to be Jaden Hill. At least here on the onset. How do you feel about Hill? Like what do you think he has to do in order to live up to that huge stage?
Well, one thing he's got to do is stay healthy, right? We all know Jaden Hill has all the tools, and look, he's projected potentially as a top 5 pick in the first round. He has that kind of talent. So you wonder, though. He only got 2 starts his freshman year. Came out of the bullpen last year. He looked really good until the season was shut down. But you're talking about a young man that's accumulated a total of 21 innings in his entire college career. He has never pitched. He has never pitched in the SEC. He's never faced an SEC batter. So that's the concern for me. I don't question the talent. The talent is there. It's as good as anybody's in the country, and he may have one of the biggest upsides of anybody. Having said that, he has not been in the fire yet. And when you talk about the Friday night guy, you're right. The Friday night guy sets the tone in the SEC every Friday night for your club. And so it's going to be interesting to see when Jaden Hill gets in the fire, when he really steps in it, can he perform at a high level? LSU needs him to, because there are some guys with some experience in the SEC on Friday night that he will match up with him.
Ben, do you expect the pitchers to kind of, like we see most seasons, be out there and on top of the batters because, it takes the hitters a little bit longer to catch up to it, but we haven't played baseball in almost a calendar year. They haven't seen actual live pitching in a game in almost a calendar year outside of a couple of guys that played summer ball. So do you expect the pitchers to be dominant at the early part of the season?
Well, typically the pitchers are a little bit ahead, but this year was different. All your pitchers got to pitch in fall ball this year. Normally you have the guys that have a big workload the year before. They go off to summer ball, and they have a big workload. So you get back to fall ball, and maybe you rest a few guys, maybe a few of your aces that's accumulated some innings. That didn't happen last year. So the Jaden Hills of the world and all your aces out there really got to perform and pitch in the fall. And also, when you think about it, that only allowed more at-bats for everybody, too. So more of the hitters saw some really quality pitches across the SEC and really across the country. And so all in all, I think it's pretty even. I got a chance to go over and watch LSU last week in an inter-squad game. And, look, I was impressed with the pitching as well as the hitting, too. And LSU looks better to me. The offense has always been a concern, the last couple of years. It was a concern last year, but the team looks a little more physical, a little more grown up this year than what it was last year. And I'm going to tell you guys, when you talk about Dylan Cruz, the freshman out in right field,
come on now.
He is a grown-ass man. I'm just going to tell you right now. For an 18-year-old kid, he is the real deal. He's the kind of kid you don't normally see step on a college campus because he could have been a first-rounder, but he took his name out of the draft. He really wanted to come to LSU. And I'm just going to tell you, he is a big physical kid that almost reminds me a lot of Mike Trout. He's got a Mike Trout-type body. He's got a huge arm. He can run, and he can hit for power, too. So he's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
All right, Ben, last one here. A lot of people talking about the left side of the infield. Who's going to play short? Who's going to play third? They've got some candidates out there, but who do you think ultimately is going to find their way in that position?
Well, that's a great question, and I think a big concern. Paul Maneri has always loved the left side of the infield. That's his defensive side, and the fact that he hasn't really landed on the shortstop or third base position right now is a little bit of a concern, although I think there are some really good candidates. If you'll go back to Zach Arnold, the kid out of California last year, he was hurt most of the year early last year, got a little bit of playing time. They like him. Collier Cranford, I'm telling you about from a defensive standpoint, the kid out of Zachary, he may be your best defender. The question is he going to hit enough at a higher level to be able to play him there every day? I love Jordan Thompson, the freshman at third base. Drew Bianco, guys, I'm telling you, it's been a little bit of a college disappointment for his college career to this point because I really thought he would be a juggernaut to this point. It hasn't happened for him yet, but he is playing defense really well at third. He's hitting the ball right now. And Will Safford, the kid freshman from University High, he looks pretty good over there at third base, too. So I think it's going to be one of those deals in the preseason, pre-SEC schedule where Paul Maneri kind of just lets it play out, seeing where he lands on defense and offense and who's hitting the ball. And I think that's where it's going to ultimately end up. But those really are the only two positions I think that are up for grabs right now.
Ben McDonald, at Real Ben McDonald, the legend. You catch him on the SEC Network. Obviously, we love when he breaks down LSU. Ben, thank you so much, man.
Take care, guys.
All right, stay safe out there. Stay warm, as well as everybody driving right now. If you are driving, if you have to be in your car, stay safe, stay warm. We will wrap up hour number 2 when we get back.
Off the bench.
Go to AccuTemp today for all of your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, okay? It feels like all the reads this morning are really important today because of the weather that's going on, the potential problems that could arise, right? And so right now, though, there's a great deal going down at AccuTemp, which I hope you already took advantage of because it could come into play right now. If you buy an AC unit from AccuTemp, you will get a furnace for free. How's that for a BOGO deal? It's a little jargon. Buy one, get one, right? So you buy an AC unit, no interest on that, no payments for 6 months, and then you get a furnace for completely free. Act now. Supplies are limited. And then if you do act now and you work with AccuTim, you're going to see why I love them so much, why the internet, which loves nothing, loves them so much. With over 1,200 Google reviews, they have a 4.9 rating. And that's because their customers are treated the right way. They go the extra mile. You will be satisfied. I guarantee it. Take advantage of the buy one, get one free deal right now. Go to AccuTimPR.com today.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service. HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
Acura of Baton Rouge.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR presented by Relief Windows. We'll recap LSU, Tennessee, and hoops, and it's game week for LSU baseball. Getting you set for baseball at the box. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back, OTB, the new OTB. T-Bob, Jacob about to start his third of 8 hours of radio today.
Yeah. More you can do, guys.
Give a shout out. Those are long days, man.
Well, look, here's the deal, okay? Technically, this show, the new OTB, wasn't supposed to start until Friday, and it's technically not. But I was like, you can't announce on Friday and then not be here on Monday. It's like, hey, I got this new girlfriend. And then you get to this big party, and it's like, where's she at? She's going to be the next party.
I love analogies. That's a really good one.
She'll be the next party. It's fine. I swear. She's there. She's real. I promise.
We're launching on TV on Friday. We'll be on CST. Somebody was asking earlier, when's it going to go so I can get rid of the air fryer guy. So we will be on TV this Friday. And I know I've seen that air fryer commercial like a million times.
We like grease on
dude.
OTV, okay?
The guy with the hair. Oh, you know what? I like all CST programming, actually. I think it's all excellent.
Yeah.
And we will be on there Friday. So you should check it out. So this is a great way to get some reps during the week. Jake, since you are doing so much, you need any help with your boy during the week on the other shows, let me know. I'm there.
Y'all heard that. That's a signed contract.
I put it out there in public in order to address that, so I can be held to it. Again, I never stood up on a table and flashed my genitals at Texas Day Brazil. I want to be painfully clear about that. There seems to be more conversation circling around that once again.
Let's get all of this out before we get on CST about you dancing naked at Texas Day Brazil.
Well, the third hour, we're not going to be on TV. So the third hour, we can still get a little spicy. And we got a third hour coming up for y'all, in which we will talk to Aaron Torres about a little LSU basketball. LSU moving from, 41 to, 27 in the net rating with the 2 big wins last week. A huge jump for them. There's some snow day activities. I have a movie that I think everybody should probably watch today. Be a great snow day movie, and we'll get into it more on Off the Bench in the third hour. But look, right now, I want to talk to you about my friends at Advanticlean, and it's more important now than ever with this weather, okay? If you have any burst pipes or anything like that, you want to get in touch with Advanticlean. And this is weird, Jake, because remember, Bradley explained this to us on Friday. You think that, your pipes are going to break immediately, right? No, it may be afterwards. It may be a couple days afterwards. So remain vigilant. Remain on the lookout. And if you do have any problems, you want to call 369-5228, 369-5228. They're 24/7. They not only fix the problems, but they deal with the insurance company. They deal with the documentation. So you don't lift a finger. You just call Advanticlean, and they take care of it all. Go to AdvanticleanBR.com today. Our Chin Books, Hour 3.
Off the Bench.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Monday, February the 15th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see freezing rain with a high of 30. Coming up today on OTBOT, Fox Sports Radio host Aaron Torres joins the show at 9:30. Follow the show today on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. You can watch live at the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel and interact inside the Bayou Ford chat. OTBOT starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hey, welcome back. OTBOT. Okay, so normally going forward, this will be the moment where we leave CST, and then we're just on YouTube and on the radio. Today, the song remains the same. T-Bob, Jacob, Musso, and Danny hanging out with you this morning. A lot of 318 talk going on in the chat. We'll be up there soon as well.
Get used to that, buddy.
Right, baby. 3-1, great. Hell, what are you talking about, dude? I'm from there. My mom's from Manny, Louisiana.
I'm just saying, like in the chat,
My
now
blood.
that I'm on the show, we're going to be on in Shreveport.
My DNA.
Speaking of the 318, our guy Will Blackwell, you boys look like you had a long weekend.
We did.
I got 4 children. Every weekend's a long weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, who said that? Will said that? Is
Willie
he
did.
watching right now?
Yeah, he is.
Go to
Hey,
work, dude. I thought you had to go home to get to work this Sunday. What are you doing
it's
in this
snowing
chat?
up in the 318, bro.
I know.
Nobody's at work.
So he was actually sending me pictures. They were super concerned about it. They left early Sunday morning, and still it was slow going. He was sending me pictures, ice everywhere.
Does he live in West Monroe or Funroe?
Funroe.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Grew up in West Money, though. Told me that they replaced all the lights with roundabouts. How European of West Money.
It is.
It is.
Like a lot of people.
I like roundabouts.
A lot of people in this country don't know how to drive.
Danny,
in roundabouts.
why are you shaking your head? How could you possibly not like roundabouts?
You never stop. You just keep on
Yeah.
going.
I was messing with you.
Okay, I'm just
you ever
making sure.
seen National Lampoon's, European Vacation?
Hey, look, Big
They're
Ben.
in that roundabout for a while.
You're right. Look, yes, as long as everybody knows how to operate the roundabout, you're good to go.
That's the problem, though, T. A lot of people here don't know how to operate in a roundabout.
Well, it's like anything else. When you're new to it, there's going to be some mistakes, but eventually we'll all get on the same page.
Or roundabouts
There's
really
one
new?
right by you high, and it's great.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there,
the one
right on
right by
campus.
Women's. I love that roundabout. I know this is what y'all all came here for on this morning show, was some intriguing, engaging roundabout conversation.
I'm here for
Edub4, it's EWIV, says that he says, "What's up from the 318?" He says, "Jacob, you got to get T-Bob to try some Southern-made hot donuts and Southern classic chicken." What are we talking about here?
So
love
2
donuts
weeks
and chicken.
ago,
I love
we
donuts
talked
and
about
fried chicken
fried
together.
chicken. like that would have been number one on the list, but we kept it local, Baton Rouge, and so we didn't bring that into the conversation. It's okay. Southern Made Donuts, by the way, is utopia. I will bring you some. Now, I can't make them. It won't be hot. It's a 3.5 hour drive minimum. So they're not going to be hot, but I'll bring you some next time I go up to the Port City.
Okay.
I got my football camp coming up March 27th.
Oh, well, yeah. Thanks for asking me to train linemen at your football camp. It means a lot. That's it's great. Thank you.
If I asked you to come up to Shreveport on a Saturday, you would say?
I would say hell yeah.
It's actually a good idea.
I'd say hell yeah, I'm in.
It's actually a good idea because you could meet the people over at 11:30, the station we're going to be on.
Yeah.
You could kind of get a lay of the land, endear yourself to the people.
I can teach these sinners how to snap and step at the same time and use that offhand. Boom, Ben Wilkerson style.
I've allowed Robert Smith to be a coach in my camp. If I allow him, Dr. Robert Smith,
Dr. Smith,
I'll allow you.
He could be like a passion coach, right? Like he can sit there and try to he could be your pump up guy. You had him giving actual fundamental and technical football advice.
It was more because,
it's a horrible advertisement for your camp.
Stelty was there, and they were just hanging out because they're boys. Like, he just wanted to catch up. Dick Dixon was there. He wanted to come hang out with Dick Dixon. So you're more than welcome. I'd love for you to come coach the camp.
A few war daddies there.
We had Devin White and Greedy a couple years ago. We had DJ Chark. So T-Bob Baby are right there with those names.
Yes, exactly. I agree. Yep. I'm glad that we're seeing eye to eye in that regard. Yeah, so look, if you want to ask us anything too over this final hour, just put it in the chat. Maybe we get to it. Maybe we do not. I do like Mary Lee Donuts. Shout out to one right by my house.
So good.
That fresh glaze just kills it every
I'll
Saturday
be real
morning.
honest. If you screw up a donut, you just need to get a new profession.
Yeah.
Donuts are glorious, and some are much better than others. I get that. But if you're a bad donut, like if I don't eat your donut.
That is fair.
That's bad.
That is fair. It's hard to make a bad donut, but like a lot of our tier lists, the D tier does not mean bad. We're just separating good from good.
Right.
In order to do that, you have to critique these very small parts, and then it becomes like, well, I can't believe you have Dexter's Lab in the Sea or whatever people get mad about. I don't know, dude. We never released our king cake one. We're saving it for Mardi Gras tomorrow.
Okay.
Danny, that was a good idea by Danny
to
save it till tomorrow.
Slay, Danny.
I kind of want to do like the best places.
What do you mean?
King cake places, that would get people fired up so bad.
That would get people fired up.
Yes,
and I don't
between
have
Haydell's and
the New Orleans knowledge like y'all have.
And obviously Dung Pho, which I still think I'm probably saying wrong.
Southern Made. Since we brought that up, they make a fantastic
Do they?
cake. Yeah.
Okay, well maybe Danny, there might be something there then. Maybe we put a list together. We do that final hour tomorrow. A little Tuesday Mardi Gras celebration tier list as well. That is that was going to be one of my weekend winners, and I forgot. Was
I forgot.
Everybody who is putting in the effort to trying to keep the Mardi Gras spirit alive, because unfortunately, I'm not feeling it. Like I haven't any of those. There's no parades to look forward to. But for the most optimistic and happiest of people, I'm just very impressed with the people who have gone all out decorating their homes, right, and making their homes into floats, because I know that's a lot of effort. And it's weird because you're not going to enjoy it in the same way normally. But the spirit, I believe, is to be commended. And we'll try to channel a little bit of that Mardi Gras spirit tomorrow. I mean, it's a bummer, dude. Spanish Town would have been Saturday, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That was one of the most fun parades I've ever been to last year. One of the first Baton Rouge parades. So we'll have to wait and see.
Orion's always a good time. They allowed, I think it was 2 years ago, Flynn and I were the Grand Marshals.
Wow.
We had a lot of fun.
A
couple Coors Lights on the float there. Flynn, by the end of it, was showing off his arm.
Nothing, dude. Quarterbacks, my old man does the same thing. I've ridden in parades where he's in the Grand Marshal.
They can't help it.
You get a quarterback drunk and they just love trying to show how far they can go. They turn into Uncle Rico to a man. Like, hey, how much you want to bet I could throw a football over the mountains? I remember my old man just honking. Throws at people bad. I'm like, Dad, you got to chill, man. You were literally going to hurt
someone. Your nickname
someone.
is literally the Cajun Cannon.
Just rocketing
it. What are you doing?
And that's even post all these arm surgeries. My old man back in the day used to be able to stand at the 50 without taking a step, hips square to the goalpost and throw it to the goalpost. That's wild. Now, so Jamarcus throwing off the knee from the 50, which is just absurd.
Through the uprights.
Yeah, through the uprights. That's wild. All right, so it is a very cold day today. Jacob, you are I'm going to take this day in by doing radio all day. I'm just going to stay in this room or this building for 12 hours. That's horrible. Musso, Danny, how are you spending our cold day, boys? What do you got on the docket?
Well, I'm going to leave here and try not to get in a wreck.
Yeah. Obviously, everybody stay safe on the road.
That'll be goal number one. So if that happens, I will probably get back into the bed.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. No. How good is that bed going to feel? Is that cold weather, dude?
I mean, yes.
My God. You going to watch them on your phone? Maybe a little lappy top situation?
No. I'll probably just, watch Yellowstone season 3 marathons on today. So
hell yeah,
Yellowstone.
It's the best.
Do you have a TV in your room?
Huh?
Do you have a TV in your room?
Yes, of course.
That's America, yes.
No. Hard no TV in the room rule in this guy's house.
Why?
Hard rule. It's a rule that I grew up with, and I think it really helped to foster a love of reading. And so my kids will never, ever have a television in their room.
That is...
Which, whatever, like an iPhone is like a TV in your room. So, like, that's such an old, stupid take anyway.
You don't have one in your room?
Hell no, dude.
Okay,
That's no.
You don't have enough children because that time is the only time. Like, that's an escape. Like, that's a date night every night. Like, Katie and I have a show and we watch it, and we get to watch it in our room for like an hour and a half before we go to bed.
I guess
the boys are in their room.
Yeah. My kids go to bed early still, kind of. So, like, by 8.
Oh, yeah. No.
So, yeah.
8 o'clock, I'm like, what's the snack? What are we talking about?
What's happening?
Popcorn?
What's the smoke on the street? What we doing, Daddy? What you got? Oh, okay, let's go. You want to play some Fortnite or something? So no TV in the room. Okay, so Musso, chilling out, watching a little Yellowstone. What's on the menu? You got any gumbo or anything going on with that?
I'm sure, yeah. I don't know what I'm actually going to eat.
Danny, what about you, dude? How are you going to spend your cold day?
Wait, snack?
No, just anything. Just your day.
I'm going to try to finish Sopranos. I'm almost done Sopranos.
That's a good one.
I've never seen it.
Huh?
I would offer you a Sopranos for Star Wars trade, but we have done this in the past, and we offered an Ozark for Star Wars trade.
Oh, we did. You're right.
And who watched all of Ozark?
Were you better for it, though?
Yes, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Marty Bird having to deal with increasingly horrible situations is always fun.
Talk about stress.
Yeah, exactly.
I got more
right?
stress than Marty Bird.
Exactly, dude. And I just had no idea about like the Ozarks as a place, and it seems like a kind of cool place, a fascinating place in its own right. But never seen Sopranos. I know. One day, huge cultural blind spot there. I might watch a little Hateful Eight today. What better cold weather piece of media to watch than a movie that all takes place in one room where they're snowed in and it's just people talking and acting their ass off. And it is fantastic, dude.
Good
oh,
movie.
my God. And if you haven't seen it, or maybe you haven't seen it in a while, I had not seen it since theaters, and I think this was like last year maybe. I cannot recommend enough, if it's still on Netflix, the extended edition that Quentin Tarantino put on to Netflix, where he went in and he re-edited it. And because Tarantino very famously shoots like hours and hours of footage. Like, we had a bunch of old teammates that were actually did a ton of filming for like Django Unchained and other movies that and I know a bunch of people that it's been multiple, but they don't always make it in. So hours and hours of filming, and through Netflix, he changed Hateful Eight into 4-hour-long episodes, and it's really good, dude. And it works fantastic. So you're looking for something to do today, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make a gumbo today, and I can't wait.
You can watch The Gray, another good snow movie with Liam Neeson. Fantastic movie.
Once more into the fray, the last good fight he'll ever know. Tom Brady, I think it was actually either before the Super Bowl, maybe before the playoff run, tweeted once more into the fray. So
there we go.
Brady's a great fan, which, by the way, has anybody had a more likable last couple of weeks than Tom Brady? I mean, you want to talk about turning. The more footage we get from the Cameron Brate Day, the better it gets. First off, the picture where you see how far he threw the trophy is insane. And secondly, have you seen after he stumbles out drunk and he's talking to Cam and he's like, oh my God, if I would have hit your face, it would have been a disaster or whatever. It's just all of that New England kind of like hardness, all of that, it's slowly being stripped away, and Tom Brady's just becoming super likable as well as super successful. It's
like, what in the world?
I know.
What's the guy? What's he not have?
Another thing, he has a $2 million boat that he brought to his own Super Bowl parade to drive around in.
That is called BDE.
Nice flex.
Okay.
And think about this.
BDE.
The flex of the Lombardi toss, it's a flex in so many different ways. First off, you are a quarterback, so you're showing confidence in your arm, like who else should throw Lombardi Trophy but the quarterback. But the further step is you get to, and you completed the pass, right? So it all worked out. You're fine or whatever. Yeah. In the throw itself, you are telling everyone, I'm the man. I mean, look how far this is, dude. Is this like 15 yards?
Like before it looked like from the other angle,
it
looked like it was
Cameron
like
Brate.
6 yards. That's 15.
Yes, no, that is a huge gap. Yeah. So, and in that throw, he is telling you, I have 7 of these things. Like, so it really doesn't matter that much. Like, I mean, like who else could throw a Lombardi and be okay? Okay, Danny, you know what it is then, since we randomly ended up here, I wasn't planning on it. I need you to go in the document and go to 745 and look up and click on that Twitter video, and Musso, if you can as well, so we can get the audio here. Because, look, everybody always finds a way to get mad about something. Have you seen this interview with the daughter of the original designer of Lombardi Trophy?
I saw the headline. I have not seen the interview.
Well, I don't think that she took as kindly to Tom Brady throwing the trophy as a lot of us did. Where are we at on the audio? We're good? All right, we don't even need the video as much, Danny, so you get it when you can. Okay, Musso, go ahead. And this is the daughter of the designer of the Lombardi Trophy talking about what she thought of Tom Brady's toss.
And it takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours go into it. It just really upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights because of this. I was that upset. Because I know the passion that goes into this trophy and how my dad and all his fellow silversmiths are so proud to make this. I personally would like an apology, not just to me and my family and the other silversmiths, but to the fans.
Look, thoughts and prayers to all the silversmiths.
She's serious right now?
I think that's all we can say. I think
She's trolling, right? She's trolling.
So Big Cat said it best. He quote tweeted, and I think it said, "This is not a parody video, but it's also the greatest parody video of all time."
She has to be trolling.
She is absolutely not. But that is why it's so. I mean, didn't sleep for 2 days, bro. She was feeling that toss.
The irony of her talking about the hard work, passion, and dedication that goes into making a trophy when talking about Tom Brady, who has won 7 Super Bowls.
Oh my God!
I guess I didn't really consider
bringing attention to your trophy as well.
Yeah.
It's a football. If you don't want it thrown, don't make it a football.
Guys. Also, I love that logic.
Right.
It's like the crystal ball. Yeah, no, I mean, I threw it. It's a football. What do you want me to do?
Right.
Look, man, y'all are missing the point here. The point is, thoughts and prayers to all the silversmiths. I know everybody's struggling to deal with a little PTSD after the trophy toss.
Demand an apology. She hadn't slept in 2 nights.
And we hope that you're all doing okay. Here on OTB, we support you in your silversmithing. And we'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
OTB, OT. We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At front to back, they got not 1, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to front to back boat service.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare. at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota.
Tune into a Friday edition of Game Time, live from Ruffino's on Highland Road. We get you ready for all the action on deck this weekend, and Barstool Ben Mintz joins the show from New York. Jimmy Yacht's Game Time, 10 a.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Was having an OTB, OT. Okay, so, well, we'll get confirmation on what we just talked about before we announce it, actually. You're right. Welcome back. Oh, look, I don't want anybody to think, like, what you talking about? It was just some, we're trying to figure out how the rest of this day is going to work programming-wise. With the weather and everything. So we will give you the final decisions as soon as we know the final decisions.
We do have some news in the sports world. Can I go ahead and share that?
Well, no. Look, we talked about presidents. We talked about cold weather. I still wanted to maybe revisit the roundabouts. So if you could keep your sports out of here.
Well, listen, roundabouts, the Gus Bus is going to Central Florida. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, so it's official. Gus Malzahn hired to, or I mean, is that the smoke on the street?
That's the smoke on the street. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, dude.
I thought it was actually going to be another former Auburn coach, and Gene Chizik, since he had been there before. But it's the Gus Bus, Gus Malzahn.
So,
actually, pretty nice hire by them.
Okay, wait. So Heupel just went to Tennessee, right?
He did.
And then Harrison went to Auburn.
Wait.
And then Auburn. So now Auburn, and now Gus goes to UCF or Heupel.
Did UCF get a better coach than the one they lost to Tennessee?
I mean, it kind of
feels like
kind
it, right?
of right. It certainly sort of feels like it.
The Group of Five school got better after their coach went to the SEC.
Also, again, though, nobody had an exit like Gus did. Not many people get fired after they win a game that gives you a winning record and you're dancing in the locker room. As far as times to get fired and mixed with the buyout and everything else, like Gus went out on top. And now I'm sure of it. But see, this is the problem with these football coaches. They have a sickness. If you were Gus Malzahn, why would you work? Why would you? Which is why I'll never get to that point in the first place,
I'm with
right?
you.
But
No.
why would
Go
you
sit in the SEC network studios and
Yes.
get dollar bills for not coaching and for doing TV?
Yeah, be Gene Chizik 2.0.
God, Gene's great.
Yes, dude. He skips leg day, but besides that, he's the man. He gets really triggered, actually, if you tell me he skips leg day.
I bet he does.
Gene?
Who likes to hear that?
Yeah, have you seen him though, bro? He's pretty swole up
yeah,
top. That's
no.
what I'm saying.
No,
You've worked with
Gene's
him,
a friend, yeah.
yeah. You don't think there's a little bit of an upper body disparity there?
A little bit, but you know what? I mean, I look like I skipped upper day.
Yeah, that's kind of me.
I mean,
it's kind of where I'm
lower
at
half's
as well.
kind of, you know.
That's why I can't
large.
do pull-ups.
What? That's because your hands.
I can't do that's
you can't grip the bar.
I can't do it's a thick bar, okay.
You can't get your whole hand around that bar.
I can't do I can do like maybe one pull-up.
That's
right
embarrassing.
now. Why? I'm so bottom heavy. It's what we just
I
talked
am
about.
too, but I can still do more than one pull-up.
How many pull-ups? Like 5?
No, at least 10.
Okay,
Right.
we'll put it to the test. In other sports news, it's not just Gus Malzahn going to UCF. The Pelicans suck. I'm sorry. I know that I sat here and I told you I think the success is sustainable, and Lonzo Ball keeps it up, they'll be completely fine. Blah 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 blah.
Think about this, T-Bob. If they go rattle off 4 more wins,
Yes.
don't act like you're not going to come in here and do it again. So be careful.
Flock up.
I will.
The
Yeah.
whole deal.
I absolutely will. But I'm just going to be honest with my feelings as they stand on the day that they are. But yes, no, Musso, you are correct. Like, I will fall right back in and convince myself that this is all just a step in the process if they were to bounce back. But this is bad, right? We gave them all the rope in the world for losing to the Chicago Bulls the other day, a double-digit loss where they gave up a record amount of threes. Well, then they give up 143 to the Mavs on Friday, and the coup de grace, they end the weekend losing to the worst team in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons. I mean, come on. You've now lost to the worst. You've lost to a tanking Minnesota team, the worst team in the West, and now the worst team in the East, both in games in which they were actually missing starters. Here's what I can't make sense of. Is that this is a Pelicans team. You fired Alvin Gentry. You hired Sam Van Gundy. Why? For defense. I mean, if we wanted to be really reductive about it. Now, David Griffin will tell you like culture and all these other things, right? But it's a lot about the defense. Scott Christian tweeted this out, and I don't know exactly what how I interpret it, but the Pelicans, despite going from Gentry to Van Gundy, they rank the exact same offensively and defensively where they did last year. They're still really good on offense. They're still absolutely horrible defense. So like Scott says, what does coaching mean in the NBA? I don't know. Is it too reductive to say that coaching means nothing when you see that? Like, is it something just built into the Pelicans culture at this point where they just can't play good defense no matter what? Can a team take on that sort of identity that transcends like staffs and players? It's just it's all horribly depressing. There's a lot of suck built into the Pelicans at a genetic level that they're trying to shake.
Like there's certain places you go to and you know what they expect, right? When you go to the Spurs, like you know what Pop is going to expect, and you know that I've got to do this or I'm not going to be on this team. And even guys that were stars in other places, and it's very difficult. Every one of these players is growing up in the AAU. I got to score points. I got to show why I need to be going to this school, that school, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they get to college and they got to play a little bit of defense, but not a lot. And they get to the NBA. It's like, no, you got to play both ways here. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. I've never really played defense anywhere I've ever been. And so these coaches do have a challenge trying to get today's basketball player to actually play both ends.
It's just crazy because, Eric Bledsoe is an all-NBA defender. Lonzo Ball is a very good defender if you look at like the analytics or what they would point towards. Steven Adams, a great rim protector, and they're still horrible defensively. And Van Gundy's a defensive coach. So I don't know, man. I don't know, okay? It just throw your hands up and hope for the best when it comes to the New Orleans Pelicans because they get murdered around the three-point line constantly right now. And, it's just kind of depressing. I mean, a golden opportunity to work that winning streak into something special, and you lose to 3 teams, not just with losing records, but 3 teams that don't even rank in the top 10 of either conference. It's It's just horribly disappointing.
That's the step you have to take, T-Bob, and you know this, being an athlete. If you want to be great, like, you've got to take that step from the games that you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
You got to win those games.
Exactly.
Like, that's the problem with the Pelicans. Like, they'll have 4 games in a row where they look great. They'll have 4 out of 6 where they look great, whatever it might be. And then they'll lose to the bad teams. Yeah. The Bulls were missing a starter, and they're not a good team, and you allowed them to beat you. The Pistons are an awful basketball team. And every team that they lose to is a bad basketball team. That's the problem. Like, you got to get over that before you can even think about being a decent team, a team that gets to the 8th seed.
Eric Bledsoe shot 9 threes. Didn't take a single 2-point shot, and he made 1. It's
and not good.
No, flock down. Okay.
Ooh.
You should basically
put the bird upside down. Like, I know this is flock up.
You should fill some. You should fill some bread with some Alka-Seltzer and make the Pelicans' stomach explode, because that's how this team's playing right now.
All right.
We get back. Let's talk a little college basketball. LSU. Okay, on the opposite side, LSU's been great this last week. Huge jump in the rankings. The Ken Palm, all of that. We'll talk about it with Aaron Torres of Fox Sports next here on OTBOT.
OTB OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Ochsner, and we will not slow down. Ochsner Health. Innovating healthcare.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service. HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At front to back, they got not 1, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to front to back boat service.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
Yo, join us for a Monday edition of Hanging with Hester and Haney presented by Richards Honda from noon to 3. We'll recap how the Tigers fared against the Volunteers on the hardwood and also recap LSU gymnastics with their big meet and LSU softball and much more on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Bringing you back a little license-free dubstep to get us hyped for our next guest. Aaron Torres, at Aaron_Torres. Follow him on Twitter. Catch him on Fox Sports Radio. Check out the Aaron Torres pod. Aaron, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us today. We're here to talk a little college basketball. What's going on, man?
Not much. Why did I get the EDM music? What is that about?
So YouTube, the algorithmic gods on YouTube. DMCAs are a hell of a thing, right? So we have lost the ability to play any
And that's the best that we
music.
have. Like, that's the only one that's got a little juice to it, Aaron. You're waking up early with us in California, so we thought, hey, let's try to bring him in with a little bit of juice.
Yeah, we know you Californians love your dubstep as well. This is
I live here. I'm not a Californian.
Yeah, he's from
Let
Connecticut.
the record show. I like eating out. I like eating in restaurants and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Also, I think from Connecticut, you're probably more well suited to handling the ice storm that we are currently dealing with down here.
So what is going on? I thought we had global warming, and everywhere I look is under like a foot of snow, except for California. Like Tim Brando's a buddy of mine. He said Shreveport's under snow.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like the day after tomorrow thing, right? The whole global warming, and then it creates whatever. I don't know. It's
He's
freezing.
a general studies major. He doesn't know.
Yeah, but I have 3 minors, Aaron. So think about it. Okay.
You thought that meteorology minor, you weren't going to put it to use.
I know.
And here we are.
Look at me now. We learned the difference earlier in the show between freezing rain and snow. How about it?
Okay.
Yeah. How about this? If there's one team that's hot or had a hot week last week, it was LSU. Getting the win over Mississippi State, a little quad 2, throwing in a dash of quad 1 over Tennessee on Saturday. How much, Aaron, did LSU help themselves with their 2 games last week?
Yeah, it was huge. I went on Jacob's show, his old show. I guess it was last, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere in there. And, one of the conversations we had was, LSU looks like one of the 68 best teams in the in college basketball. I don't think there's any debate about that. But they didn't really have a resume to back it up. I mean, you have a home win over Arkansas. That's nice. But other than that, you lose to St. Louis. You lose to Alabama. You lose to Florida. You lose to Kentucky. I mean, there weren't the wins to warrant, an NCAA tournament berth. And so going out, getting that win at home against Tennessee, I know Tennessee's been up and down, but that's a really important win. And the one thing I would say that's kind of a saving grace with LSU this year is, it's kind of a season where there's no like most teams don't have good wins out of conference, which is usually a big measuring stick, just because so few out of conference games were played. And so what I think it's about is just not losing to teams that you're not supposed to lose to. And then if you can pick up a nice win like LSU did the other day against Tennessee, then I think that obviously is icing on the cake. So I think for LSU, it's a combination of keep doing what you're doing. Just don't take bad losses along the way, and you'll be good to go towards March.
Aaron, they just added a game against Ole Miss yet again on the road. They've already played in Oxford, got a win there. They added that game for Wednesday back in Oxford, and it seems like Will Wade's trying to make that resume look as good as it can. because you're right. Like, it's still a resume that needs to be added to. I think they're in the NCAA tournament, but you want to continue adding on that resume because you do have some games against Vanderbilt and Georgia and Auburn left on your schedule where you're not going to get anything from those games, even if you do win them.
Well, one, that's absolutely right, Jacob. And then two, like, I mean, let's take it a step further. An SEC tournament is going to get played, but you don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the powers that be are going to do everything that they can to get everybody down there that should be down. Well, frankly, everybody down there, period. But you just never know. I mean, you know, it's funny. Like, I had Nate Oates on my podcast the other day, and he said that entire program has basically had, knock on wood, and I don't want to jinx anything, but they haven't had any issues at all related to COVID basically all season. They're one of the few teams that hasn't had a single shutdown. They've basically been rocking and rolling since October or November. And so, you know, what happens if, an Alabama can't be in Nashville, or a Tennessee can't be in Nashville, or God forbid something happens and the tournament just doesn't get played at all. Now, I think that's a major, major, major extreme that I don't think will happen, but everything is on the table. And so you're absolutely right, Jacob. You know, to add that Ole Miss game, be a solid win on the road if you can get it. But you know, you factor in kind of a late end of the season schedule with just an uncertain what the SEC tournament will look like. Will there even be an opportunity to pick up wins, which I think there will be again, but you just never know, so you can't add enough games to the resume. And I think that's an important one for LSU, obviously. It's another one that you win it, it's great. You lose it, you know, it's not necessarily a deal breaker for an NCAA tournament bid, but it certainly doesn't help.
I hate Alabama. I mean, they're very great. Football, like, what is this? Now Nate Oates just makes him into a basketball powerhouse? Like, what the hell is going on, Aaron? How did they affect this turnaround this quickly?
I mean, what do you say? I mean, great coaching hire. You know, he's just another dude in the SEC. He's young. He's dynamic. He likes to recruit. He's fearless. He isn't afraid of John Calipari and Rick Barnes and whatever. I think the thing with him, you know, sometimes it gets overplayed, right? Like, he was a high school coach 10 years ago, and sometimes, like, look at Jeremy Pruitt, gets overplayed sometimes. Sometimes it really doesn't matter that you rose from, a high school to a Power 5
Yes.
or Power 6 in basketball over the course of a decade. But with Nate Oates, I think it matters because he was comfortable being a head coach. He had a style. He's comfortable in his own skin. What's crazy about him is, you can go back to watch highlights from when he was at Buffalo before he got to Alabama. They beat Arizona in the NCAA tournament, and he's kind of on the post-game press conference. He's kind of like, I thought we had the better team.
Yeah.
I was expecting to win this game, and usually a pseudo-young coach, I think he was 43, 44 at the time, first NCAA tournament berth. You're trying to play it cool. Oh, we're just happy to be here. Oh, I have so much respect for that program and the banners that they've hung. And he's like, nah, man, like, we thought we were going to win. It was kind of crazy. Again, I referenced him having him on my podcast last week. I remember having him on my podcast last year before the season. And he's like, yeah, I expect to make an NCAA tournament. And so he's a guy that's comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable with his style of play. He believes his style of play will work. He believes his style of play will attract good players to the program, which it certainly has over the last year. And it's just kind of like a perfect storm. Now, some of their success this year is because he inherited some really good players, so we shouldn't undersell what he inherited. But, they're one that there are teams and programs and whatever that are flashes in the pan. I don't think this is one. I think as long as he's there, players are going to want to play in that system. They're going to score a lot of points, and then it's just a matter of whether they're committed on the defensive end like they are this year. So some credit obviously goes to the previous staff because Herb Jones, who's probably the SEC Player of the Year, was a guy that was already on campus when Nate Oates got there. But the dude is confident. The dude believes in his system, believes that it works, and it's obviously paying big dividends this year.
And then what about Coach Wade, right? Like, I would love to get your perspective on him. Obviously, national versus the local view on it. The views on Coach Wade, American Gangster, are all over the place. But with the wins last week, it was interesting. Darius Days, they kind of asked him, what was the big difference? And he said it was Wade. It was Wade being on edge a bit. I guess maybe pushing some things that maybe he'd let slide a little bit. How do you feel about Coach Wade bringing this team into this tournament?
Well, you guys know how I feel about Coach Wade, and I think that, some of the stuff that's happened off the court undersells what he's done on the court, man. And, like, you know, one, to just keep this program together amidst all of the headlines, all of the off-court turmoil, amidst, you know, the tweets that get sent every time LSU gets a win. Frankly, I think it's kind of impressive. And it's kind of interesting because I didn't hear Darius Days make that comment. But I do think that's one thing. I think every coach is struggling with that balancing act. I mean, I've heard Frank Martin talk about it. I've heard John Calipari talk about it, where it's like, yeah, I want to be on these kids, but they're 18 years old and they're basically stuck in a dorm all day and don't have, you know, any semblance of a social life. You know, they're going essentially back and forth from their dorms to the basketball facility, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you can't just yell and scream at them because they don't have any of the benefits of being a college basketball player. Some of these campuses are completely empty. They obviously can't go to parties. They can't hang out with their friends. They don't get to play in front of 10, 12, 15, 18, 20,000 fans. They don't get, you know, all of the fun stuff that comes with it. And so a lot of coaches have discussed that this year. And so I'm not surprised to hear Darius Days say that because, you know, it's something that I think every coach is struggling with. You can't coach these kids the same way, you know, given everything that they're dealing with off the court. So I'll tell you this, man, you know, you go really any program in college basketball except for maybe, you know, Jacobs, Gonzaga, you know, Bulldogs is like every team has struggled with this. Every team has struggled with that balancing act of, you know, how do I get the most out of my players? Frankly, how do I get the most out of my players? Some of them I don't even know. You know, you look at a Kentucky, you look at an Arkansas, even to a degree Alabama, almost entirely new rosters from last year. I can't get on those guys because I barely know them. I don't have a relationship with them. And it's something that we're finally starting to see, you know, maybe a Kentucky turn a corner, on and on and on and on and on. But I'm just bringing it up because it's a balancing act that I think every coach has had to deal with this year in a way that they never had before.
Yeah, and it's something that I think probably like the further we get from this will be explored more and more as guys kind of get in their memoirs and everything, just what it's like going through this as a young student athlete. Aaron Torres at Aaron_Torres on Twitter. Check out the Aaron Torres pod. Catch him on Fox Sports Radio. Aaron, thanks so much for breaking it down for us this morning.
All right, fellas. Have a good afternoon. Stay safe out there. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And we will close out Off the Bench next here on OTBOT.
OTB OT. Off the Bench, hanging with Esther and Hanny. After further review and more are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We'll recap LSU, Tennessee, and hoops, and it's game week for LSU baseball, getting you set for baseball at the box. Join us 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Okay, so we got news. Because of the inclement weather and because everything is freezing, there will be there's no more local programming today. It's too risky to have people come in. Obviously, it takes a lot of work, great work behind the scenes as well to make this all work, and it's getting riskier for everyone. So guys like Bo Wegman and Rick and Chris Elliott and everybody else, and obviously Musso and Danny producing, and so no more local programming today.
Yeah.
We are planning on being back on air tomorrow, and I have to imagine that we will be. So, no Hester and Hanny at noon, no Moscona this afternoon, which, I mean, who cares? But then, no, I'm just kidding.
Moscona said he was kind of scared to come in.
Yeah, a little soft.
I don't feel good
a little
driving.
soft.
Oh, my gosh.
No, look, I'm not trying to icy road shame here. No, but
don't want to ice shame.
So we are planning on being here tomorrow, though. So everybody, I guess, have a great rest of the day, and we'll hopefully be here in the morning. Zachary Mo, T-Bob did UFC Return of the King. I went to Two Towers Saturday. I'm better man for it. I did not. People came in town, and what do you know? I couldn't convince anybody to go sit with me for 7 hours in a movie theater to see both movies in IMAX.
Look, I told you the next time you have that, call me. And
I know.
Me and my oldest will come.
I know. I wish I would.
I'll bring the kiddos. Now, if you can deal with it,
bro. I love talking to kids about this stuff because they're actually interested.
That's true.
Normally I just talk to people and I can tell they're annoyed with me and they're just kind of giving me
Or you try to force me to go.
Or I have to try to, if you're a kid watching, he'd probably be asking me all sort of questions. I'd be like, well, actually, the second age was a bit of a different time in Middle Earth. You see, it's a bit more more grandiose, more So I love going to this kind of stuff.
I thought this was funny. It's kind of along the same lines. This weekend, I got a message from someone. I didn't know who it was, but he's like, hey, congratulations on the new show. I'm super excited about you and T-Bob. I think y'all are going to be a great duo and all these things. He goes, and maybe even a show idea. He said, each one of you needs to get a buzzer. Right? He said when T-Bob starts talking about, this, that, and the other, and you want to buzz him, you can buzz it. And if you get too sportsy, he can buzz you. I'm like, you know what?
Well, it makes sense, except that I actually think that, and this is a weird misconception with you, nobody is more willing or willing to want to step out of these sports stuff.
I kind of got mad. I was like, what am I?
I'm saying, you are not
square.
I think if anything, a lot of times, even when we've done shows together, I've had to bring you back to the realm of sports. I think you can wax rhapsodic about whatever, Elvis, Coors, hanging out, anything. So, yeah, this is gonna get.
Doring and I
weird.
once did a morning show that we talked 45 minutes about mixtapes and what went into making the mixtape for who you were chasing after.
Oh, wow.
And what you had to do to record a song back in the early 90s. It wasn't as easy as burning a CD. You had to press record and play and try to catch the beginning of the song
on the radio broadcast,
on
right?
The radio broadcast. And you never got the beginning of the song.
Well, because you don't want the DJ in it either if it's supposed to be an I love you type of thing.
Yeah, it's like if you want,
What song did you put on Katie's mixtape?
Some of those are personal, T-Bob. There was a lot of Usher, though. A lot of Usher,
Wow,
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Usher Raymond.
The best Usher moment is when in the Let It Burn music video, he hits it so let it burn, and then all the palm trees just go up in flames behind him.
Like,
it looked
that
like a Marvel
album was
superhero.
really good, but even before that,
that was late. That was later in the game.
Nice
that was later in the game, yeah. Okay, see, look, Jacob, constantly challenging your misconceptions. Who would have guessed that there would be, how old are you at the time? Junior high? Younger?
No, not younger. The mixtapes was when I got to high school, they were hot and heavy. But
Okay.
the actual tape was middle school, but the CD was
Yeah,
high school,
yes.
yeah.
The Burn CDs, Napster, those are my original memories. And
Not the big dog 94.5 in Shreveport when you tried to jump over the bed and hit the buttons at the same time?
No, I've never done that. I never had to do that. If you have to bring your car in for any accidents due to any inclement weather or anything, look, the roads are very icy. Again, if you get in an accident, remember the insurance company cannot tell you where to go. The police cannot tell you who gets a tow. The answer is Donaldson Glass and Body. Inclement conditions, okay, like we said. So the main thing is remain safe. If you do get in a bad situation, Donaldson Glass and Body is there for you. Remember, they can pick your vehicle up from the accident site of your home, fix it, and then drop it back off to you. The towing and all of that, completely free. Your one-stop car shop, go to DonaldsonGlassandBody.com. Jacob, thank you so much. Again, we are out for the rest of the day. We will be back tomorrow here on OTB. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you then.
OTB, OT.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Terrio with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO